Right now at 6, a man is dead after a tractor rollover in Vernon County.
And a federal aid program is helping transform a conservation area into a safe haven for local animals.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A man is dead after a tractor accident in Vernon County Monday night. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office says it responded to a report of a tractor rollover around 6 p.m. in the town of Kickapoo. Authorities found 65-year-old Jimmy Kennedy of Wind Lake pinned under the tractor, and he was pronounced dead on scene. The incident remains under investigation.
Bond is set for the man accused of a Trempealeau County road rage homicide. Today, a judge set a $1.5 million cash bond for 61-year-old Todd Geek. He faces various charges, including first-degree reckless homicide. He is accused of shooting and killing a man during a road rage incident on May 15th in Ettrick. He'll be back in court for an initial appearance July 15th.
La Crosse police are investigating multiple shots fired incidents. According to LCPD, officers responded to the 100 block of 3rd Street North around 1 a.m. Friday. Investigators say a fight led to a shooting and one vehicle was hit by gunfire. No injuries were reported. Monday, police responded to a second shots fired incident on the 500 block of Hood Street a little after 11:15 p.m. Police found shell casings between 5th and Adams Street and 6th and Hood Street. Police say no injuries have been reported. Police are asking anyone with information related to these active investigations to call LCPD at the number on your screen.
Police are searching for a man who failed to appear in court on charges of assaulting a nurse. A bench warrant has been issued for 68-year-old Wayne Sorensen of Decorah. He was arrested in April after attacking a nurse at Gunderson in La Crosse. He was charged with a felony count of bodily harm or threat to a healthcare provider or family. Now, according to the criminal complaint, Sorensen has a history of mental health issues and was in the hospital for treatment. He'd been out on a signature bond and had agreed to come to court on June 18th. Now, Prairie du Chien currently is in a state of emergency over flooding conditions. The river levels set to be extremely high in that area. The roads in and around St. Ferial Island all closed to the public until crews deem them safe to traverse. But it's something that we're going to be continuing to monitor for at least the next week, Greg.
Especially downstream where they are. It's going to be, they'll crest probably at about 20 feet, 20 point some at McGregor. The gauge is located near Prairie du Chien, which is a moderate flood stage, not quite as high as we saw last year. The good news is the Wisconsin River flowing into it's only getting action stage towards Muscoda, which is just on Richland County line, and sometimes the confluence of both of those can cause some problems. But overall, the blue dots right there give you an idea. That's stream flow, much above average across all the area. That's about 90% above what it should be. Really got to go outside the Midwest to get anything close to normal or below normal. So that gives you an idea. But the river warnings for most locations have been dropped except for really the Mississippi. Now, if you thought it was muggy this morning, you're correct, but we are starting to see those dew points fall. We were 70 La Crosse, now we're down to 62, upper 50s to the north. That's the good sign. Now we are going to start seeing maybe some cloud cover for La Crosse. Could be a sprinkle or two, but overall should remain dry. The temperatures will lower down into the 70s. Less cloud cover up to the north. They'll go up down to 70 degrees as we get closer to 11 o'clock in Eau Claire. There's a precipitation along a really weak little boundary that's hitting right there. Overall, a lot of that is not touching the ground. We are monitoring something further out to the west in the Dakotas. That's going to be coming probably tomorrow morning. That might give us a little bit of a shower, but we're not going to see any much really tonight. So the good news going into the next couple days is the AC gets a break. Unfortunately, we do have some wet weather coming. We'll time that out a little bit later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Southeastern Wisconsin voters have enough signatures to trigger a recall for the state's top Republican. The Wisconsin Elections Commission says voters in Robin Voss's old assembly district have collected just enough valid signatures to force a recall. So the 6 elections officials will vote Thursday whether to order a recall election, but it is unclear if the 2022 or new district lines would be used. Now, Republican voters have targeted Voss because he's refused to decertify President Biden's 2020 victory in the state and refused to impeach Elections Administrator Megan Wolf. If granted, a recall would be held August 6th. Now, if Voss loses that, he'd only be out of office for the rest of the year. He could still win the general election in November and then be back in office by January.
A company is forging a path to provide rural Minnesota with better internet. Today, Ascentech broke ground in Dakota, Minnesota to begin replacing old internet wires with fiber optic ones. This project will provide fiber internet to 623 businesses and farms in the Dakota area. Ascentech CEO says this project is a response to increased demand for high-speed internet.
Since COVID, we found out that there's been a lot more people working from home and not going to the office as much. That has increased substantially. So while they're working from home now, they're not going to have any limitations on what they can do to get their work done.
The project is expected to last until fall of 2025 and cost around $8 million. A state grant will cover just over $3 million.
The La Crosse Area Genealogical Society is working to clean up folks' final resting places. Every year, the society cleans a different section of Oak Grove Cemetery in La Crosse. One team went around using brushes to brush off headstones, while others took photos of the stones and transcribed them to make the cemetery searchable online. The society's president says it's a good way to preserve history.
We're all genealogists and we all care about family history, and I guess you'd call it this is a way of kind of genealogists giving back to people other than ourselves. So.
He says the information they gather will be available at findagrave.com. If you'd like to take part in cleaning up headstones, the archives at the La Crosse Public Library has kits that you can rent with all the materials you need.
A Crawford County conservation area just got a major upgrade.
News 8 Now's Allison Ferget joins us live in studio to explain how a federal grant program has made it possible.
Ken and Emily, the Plum Creek Conservation Area planted more than 11,000 trees this spring, thanks in part to the USDA. The project will provide much needed habitat to the area's species. It doesn't look like much now, but give it some time and this bare landscape will transform into a forest, meant as a shelter for migratory birds.
It's really high conservation value for birds coming from Central and South America.
The Mississippi Valley Conservancy manages the Plum Creek Conservation Area. This May, the group joined with volunteers to plant 11,200 trees across 18 acres.
Our communities find extreme value in preserving that unique biodiversity.
The effort partially funded through the USDA's Conservation Reserve Program.
If there's species that you're looking to protect that are endangered, they can pay you, cost share some of the establishment costs, so help paying for the trees and getting them on the site, and then also giving us an annual payment.
For the next 15 years, the CRP will help fund the ongoing land maintenance.
In the first 3 years, we're going to be controlling weeds pretty heavily, so they have a good job of growing up and becoming successful canopy trees.
Wright says with the funding, they could plant a diverse mix of trees.
One of the things we want to do is bring back the species that were dominant before settlement, so especially oaks are such an important part of our landscape. Getting them back on site is really important to helping the species that are so unique to the Driftless area.
And they say the project will reach farther than just Plum Creek.
Increasing the biodiversity on one property will cause kind of a domino effect onto the neighboring properties, and everybody's biodiversity and ecosystem health will ultimately be improved.
And there's another CRP-funded project coming to Plum Creek. This fall, the Conservancy will convert 172 acres of row crop into prairie plants. Ken and Emily?
All right, quite an effort. Thank you, Allison. If you're interested in getting involved with local conservation efforts, we'll have a link on our digital platforms.
Gun violence is on the rise in the U.S.
Why the U.S. Surgeon General is calling it a public health crisis when we come back.
Here at The Y, we offer more than just a job. We offer the chance to make a difference in a fun, flexible environment where our mission and core values drive every decision we make. Join us in this amazing work. For specific positions and details, visit our website.
How did CEO Eric Hovde become a multimillionaire California banker? Let's take a look. Hovde's family rigged the system to rake in $30 million in government subsidies and loans. And now he's sheltering his wealth in shady tax havens around the world. So it's no surprise Hovde supports more tax cuts for corporations and millionaire bankers like himself, while working families pay the price. That's bank CEO Eric Hovde. Never been on our side, never will be. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Borchdor Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Your journey to wellness begins at Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where excellence in orthopedic care is a reality. From initial consultation to post-operative recovery, every step of the way is tailored to you. The numerous awards for orthopedic services are a testament to our entire team's skill and dedication. Your path to wellness is paved with our unwavering support and expertise. Trust us for a brighter, more active tomorrow. Vernon Memorial Healthcare.
Here at The Y, we offer more than just a job. Experience the personal satisfaction that comes from nurturing the potential of youth and teens, improving our community's health and well-being, and providing support to our neighbors. Join us in this amazing work.
The U.S. Surgeon General has declared gun violence an urgent public health crisis.
In a new advisory released today, Dr. Vivek Murthy demanded more action to stop firearm violence. The Surgeon General says it has profound consequences for survivors, communities, and mental health. In 2022 alone, more than 48,000 people in the U.S. died from firearm-related injuries, according to provisional data.
And while mass shootings make up about 1% of gun deaths, Murthy notes that number is rising. The advisory says fears about gun violence are particularly common among children, with many worrying they'll experience an incident at school. Murthy's calling for more gun laws, including requirements for safe and secure firearm storage, a ban on assault weapons, and universal background checks.
Intense rain in Minnesota has caused a river to crest, possibly breaking a record on Sunday. The Cannon River in Northfield reached 901.52 feet above sea level.
In the heart of downtown, residents are prepared for a potential rush of floodwaters. David Schumann has the story.
Coming to work Monday in Northfield for these men and women didn't entail the usual financial planning for clients. It was about continuing to minimize the water damage from a swollen Cannon River.
First thing, we added the barrier, the sandbags. Great community effort. Probably over 100 people showed up to help.
I just feel for all the people and businesses that are here, just what they're going through and trying to keep their businesses safe.
The river crested Sunday night, unofficially at a record high level, and Northfield's police chief says he expects it to still be at flood stage through Friday.
It was very helpful that the governor declared a state of emergency for the entire state. And so that freed up state and federal resources.
Sarah Fortner worked by the river's edge collecting samples for the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. She's the director of sustainability at Carleton College in Northfield, and she and her students will measure the water for sediment and clarity.
From a climate change perspective, we're having amplified hydrology in Minnesota, so a lot more of these flood events than there used to happen in the past. So I think there were 5 100-year floods in the last 15 years, and this might be 6.
The sheer might of this water and what it can do, not lost on anyone who watches it.
Just seeing it up against the bridge, it kind of makes it a little bit more powerful to see what Mother Nature can do.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, it's the force of nature that we all are around all the time, but you don't appreciate it until it's on top of you like this.
Now, if the crested height is confirmed by the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, it would break the previous record of 901.5 feet set in 2010.
A recall issued for electric vehicles.
How it's affecting more than 24,000 owners when we come back.
Yeah, we're going to have cooler conditions for Wednesday. We might deal with a little bit of showers, but a lot of areas will remain dry. Those dry conditions continue on Thursday. We'll break down what the temperatures look like for Thursday and when the next good chance rain comes. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes mattress sale is going on now. Save up to $500 on select mattresses. Plus pay 0% interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase on all in-store purchases. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Senator Baldwin says, I'm not from Wisconsin. But this was my childhood home. Graduated East High. Became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a fourth-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $1,050.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale is going on now. Don't miss these mattress hot buys, now only $7.99. And get a free adjustable base upgrade with an Align by Ashley Sleep mattress purchase. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Tesla's futuristic-looking Cybertruck is issuing its 4th national recall notice.
Yeah, the electric pickup truck maker says this time more than 24,000 vehicles are affected. Nearly 12,000 Cybertrucks need to have a faulty windshield wiper, which may not work when it's raining. Another roughly 12,000 vehicles have a problem with the truck bed.
Yeah, regulators say a piece wasn't properly attached in some models and may fall off while the vehicle's in motion. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says both of those malfunctions could increase the chance of a crash.
I actually saw one of those driving down the street on Sunday, and
right here in town?
Yeah,
Wow.
I did. Okay, it was similar. I don't know if there's multiple models of these or makers of this type of truck, Cybertruck.
I think it's just that one, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I saw something super futuristic, and you wonder, is any heat getting through it? Like, it's very temperature controlled.
Perhaps.
Not really affected by weather, it seemed like.
It doesn't look that great for me to want to be in there. But
yeah.
It's been a humid one today, Greg, for sure. That's what Emily's picking up on.
That's what she's trying to say with all the rambling on. It's been humid. So the good news is the humidity's starting to go down, and it's going to be cooler as we go on tomorrow. But we still got some showers tonight and along the morning commute too. Won't be a lot of rain, but I'll kind of show you where that's going to be centered. Temperatures tomorrow definitely 70s. You'll feel it cooler with that north wind. The dry conditions continue Thursday. Looks like we do have wet conditions coming back for Friday. Won't last into the weekend. That's the good news. Overall, here's your main system. All the severe weather is pushed to the south with that front that came through yesterday. It's kind of sitting right there. We do have some systems that are going to be passing through this jet, and here's the front that'll be coming through tomorrow. That's the one that really will provide the drop in temperatures as we go. But for tonight, just some on and off cloud cover, maybe a sprinkle. I think most areas will stay dry. Less cloud cover as you go further north, more as the south. Temperatures overall getting back to the 60s where you have cloud cover, maybe the upper 50s in the north. Here comes that kind of that precipitation along with this front that's going to sit there. And you can see we're going to see some light rain, light showers, mainly along I-90 and right during kind of the morning commute, really about 6 to about 9. It kind of comes through there, even in that little bit of enhancement just west of the area. So maybe a little bit of a thunderstorm potential right there too. As we go through about 8, it'll slide south. Then we'll be dry pretty much for the rest of the day with that north wind. Temperatures in the mid 70s, but you'll feel the dew point will be back in the 50s, even upper 40s in some cases. And then up to the north, you see a few clouds will begin to develop with the afternoon heating. getting up to about 71 at Ladysmith, maybe touching 80 towards Prairie du Chien. So all in all, that's about 5 degrees, maybe 7 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. But you'll feel it with the dew point, lesser humidity, and that means for kind of a chilly night for some areas. We go into Thursday morning, given the clear skies and drier air mass that's overhead. But as we go into Thursday, the winds will start turning back around to the south slowly. We'll see increasing clouds as that system out to the west begins to approach from the Dakotas. It's going to take a while, so we're not expecting to see any precipitation all the way through Thursday, and likely most Thursday night, we'll just see the winds start to pick up, and here comes a system that'll be approaching some point late Thursday night into Friday as it brings wet conditions. Now for the river levels, we already mentioned moderate flood stage going to come up for the Mississippi. It is still slowly rising at all the locations. All the other ones have most of them have dropped back down to action, which is below minor flood stage, so there's no more flood warnings out. And that's the good news. They'll continue to fall, but it'll take some time for the Mississippi because these levels really don't reach. Maybe Thursday we'll see it in La Crosse, but then it may actually top it again this weekend. And overall, once we hit these, it's likely to stay that for a good week. So it may take maybe to a week and a half till we start seeing some of this actually get below flood stage and below 10 feet for La Crosse, given that we don't have any significant precipitation in the next 7 days. That's still an outside chance. But once again, the good news is the minor rivers have went down. But overall for tonight, a few sprinkle showers, mainly southern areas. We'll see a little increase of that towards the morning commute, 60s, mainly in the overnight lower. Then tomorrow, a little bit showers in the morning. Overall, should be dry as we go into the afternoon. Cooler, lesser humidity. That'll continue through Thursday before it gets wet Friday. And then much cooler conditions once again for Saturday and Sunday. If you want heat and humidity, most of the 7-day, 8-day forecast is a void of that at all.
I like that.
I'd like it too.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Steam are hoping for some revenge against the Habaneros at the Shipyard. Plus, the Brewers acquiring a Cy Young winner to help the pitching staff. Now, that is how you write a tease. Jacob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase health care costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
One day only, this Thursday, June 27th. Save big on Hy-Vee butter, just $2.99. Washington red cherries, just $2.77 a pound. 6-pack bottles of Coke products, just $2.99. Gatorade 8-packs, just $4.99. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, 3 for just $4. And buy one, get one free Doritos. Get these great deals and more Thursday only and only at Hy-Vee.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, as we get deeper into the summer, the softball and baseball seasons are heating up along with the temperatures. It hasn't been the greatest of starts in the inaugural season for the La Crosse Steam as they sit at 2-6, but there is plenty of season left to turn things around. Couple chances to get back in the win column this evening. The Steam taking on the Mankato Habaneros once again in a Northwoods League doubleheader. The first game already underway. Game 2 set to start sometime around 7:30. While La Crosse is 4 games under 500 on the season, they're only 3 games back from first place. They took down Mankato on Sunday and have a chance for their second and third wins against their Minnesota counterpart today. Check back in with us at 10 for highlights from the Shipyard. Meanwhile, the Loggers have been anything but struggling as of late as they added another win to their record last night, beating the Thunder Bay Border Cats 8-3. That victory brought La Crosse's record to 16-9 on the season. After 6 straight games at home, they're back on the road today facing division opponent Duluth in a doubleheader. Game 1 of that one began at 4:30 with Game 2 following around 6:30. And behind a 6th inning where the Brewers plated 5 runs, Milwaukee picked up a nice come-from-behind win yesterday over the Rangers. The highlight of that one was Rhys Hoskins' grand slam to put the Crew in front, and they would not look back. Game 2 of the series starts a little bit after 7 here tonight. Brewers can clinch a series victory with that win. In other Brewers news, MLB insider Ken Rosenthal reported earlier today that Milwaukee agreed upon a trade with the Seattle Mariners, sending over southpaw pitcher Dallas Keuchel for cash considerations. Now, Keuchel won the Cy Young Award back in 2015 with the Houston Astros. He has struggled in the big leagues with a 6.29 ERA since 2021, but the good news is he's been pitching well in AAA here as of late. And after a day off yesterday, the Twins are back on the diamond tonight, still out on the West Coast as they take on the Diamondbacks a little after 8:30. Joe Ryan is scheduled to face Brandon Pfaadt down in the desert. Despite being 8 games over 500, Minnesota still 8 games back of Cleveland. And about that acquisition here with Keuchel, it's an interesting one. We need the help with the injuries lately.
And need a couple of innings eaters. Now, you're from Houston. Do you remember the name Dallas Keuchel on the Astros?
No.
Okay.
I do not. When did he play?
Mid-2010s. Was part of those playoff teams and did win a Cy Young.
Yes, great beard as well.
Lovely beard.
Oh, I recognize the spelling now. Okay, Keuchel. Okay, that's how it pronounced. It wasn't Kuchel.
Not Kuchel.
Maybe that's,
no.
maybe that's what I thought.
He'd be cooler if it was Kuchel.
Yeah, Kuchel.
We'll be right back.
On these trails, I find the middle ground and get things moving. I've done that as a state lawmaker, and it's what I'll do in Congress. I'll work with both parties to get things done for workers and families. I'm Katrina Shanklin, and I approve this message.
Get an 11% rebate on your painting project at Menards. Dutch Boyd DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one with Stay Clean technology, so your home stays beautiful longer. A gallon starts at $19.48 after rebate. Paint in one coat with Max Bond Plus exterior paint. It provides max adhesion, height, and performance. With over 800 one-coat colors, it's designed to work for you. A gallon of flat is $47.87 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I was born with a heart defect. For most of my life, it was safe to monitor with regular checkups. When I was ready to start a family, we knew it was time to make my heart strong enough for pregnancy. I was nervous, but my team at UW Health specializes in complex procedures, so they knew how to help my heart keep up with my dreams. They had the expertise I needed when I needed it, and now I'm ready for the next adventure. UW Health. Remarkable.
I know how to get things moving in the state capitol, but in Congress, I'll also have the experience to stop bad ideas like the national abortion ban and stop attacks on our democracy. I'm Katrina Shanklin, and I approve this message because our freedoms are on the line.
Or you might see some showers maybe along I-90 for the morning commute. Otherwise, much cooler for tomorrow. You'll notice that Thursday stays dry. We look for a wet Friday, but if you notice the weekend, mid-70s. There's no 80s, no a lot of humidity in this forecast.
I think we'll take that for sure. All right, thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.